What is going on? What is going on, everybody? What are we at? Saturday? Saturday? Okay, Saturday. How's everybody doing tonight? Chilling? Chilling? Relaxing? I had a good Saturday. Yeah, I had a good Saturday. YouTube world, what up, YouTube world? Welcome in, welcome in. If you're new here, let me know. Happy to have you. Thank you so much for joining. Just getting set up right now. Trying to do a quick sound check. Sound check 1, 2, 3. Let's get some tabs open. Instagram is always good. Profile. What's up, TikTok? Whoever's joining over on TikTok, hello, welcome in. Let me know if you're brand new here. Love to hear from you. If you're new here, say hello. If you're just a lurker, that's cool too. Welcome. If you are a lurker, do me a solid though. Double tap your screen to get this live out to more people. That stuff is more helpful than you know. Let's get YouTube open. Yep. View your channel. All right, last thing is Amazon. All right, cool. So what should we do today? I got some photos that I can edit. Got some portfolio reviews that we could probably work on. YouTube, 3 people in YouTube land. Okay. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate you guys being here. TikTok is still rolling up. And Twitch. What up, Twitch? Thanks for joining. All right. I think I'm all set. Thank you for the likes. All right, so let me offload some of these photos from my last street photography walk that I did. Everything went to the second memory card. Where did I put the last one? Was it on their photo dump or was it straight? I forget where they went. What cam are you using for this live? For TikTok, I'm using a Sony ZV-E10. Brody, what up, Brody? Good to see you, bro. How's my focus? My focus? Yeah. I was working on my camera earlier trying to get the focus all set up. I think I nailed it. Could you review what up, Patrick Paradise? What's going on, Patrick Paradise? Good to see you, man. Could you review my Instagram portfolio for my sports? I shoot everything with a DSLR camera. I'm JDN 1.3. I might do some reviews later on. What up, Brody? I'm on a Nikon D3100 and I do car and landscape photography. Any tips and setting tips? Just use it, man. What lens? The lens that I'm actually currently on is a 23mm by Sirui. I actually have been really liking these Sirui lenses. This is the exact kit that I bought. I bought all 5 of these right here. You can buy these individually, but I've really been liking, I got the one that's currently on here is the 23mm and it's really nice, dude. The 23mm, I think you can buy it separately. Let's see, here we go. $279, dude. Fuck. You cannot beat this, dude. It's an f1.2. It is an autofocus lens. I have to admit though, what do I currently have it on? I think I have it at like f1.2 right now. Yeah. Very clean look. Appreciate it, man. Okay, no worries. Yeah, JDN, make sure you follow on or subscribe over on YouTube, bro. That's where I'm gonna be doing the reviews. I was at a wedding just now, and one of the ladies had an R6 Mark II and an R5. Yeah, dude, she sounds like a pro. Literally my dream setup. I used to run an R5 and an R6 Mark I, and then I upgraded. Now what I run and gun with, my 2 camera setup is an R5 Mark II and an R6 Mark III. I actually did some street photography the other day with hold on, let me see. With this guy right here. I was using the R5 Mark II and the 70 to 200. This right here is really incredible, dude. Really incredible combo right here. I might do some photo editing later on, depending on how the stream goes. But yeah, this is a killer combo. Thanks for popping in. Hey, my man. Yeah, dude. Hey, listen, bro. SWVA shop. If you're still in here, man. It's really cool to see people like actually getting after it. You know what I mean? Like, that's really fucking cool, bro. Like, that is like super cool. And what I was saying briefly in the chat, I know you were busy, was like, I see content all over your area, bro. If you set up like, I mean, you don't have to use a cell phone. The cell phone might be a pain in the ass, like moving it around and stuff. But if you set up a webcam and a laptop down there, you're golden, dude. You're golden. Make sure that your webcams are like vertical to optimize for TikTok. But you have content opportunities everywhere there, man. Everywhere. Very cool. Cool to see your operation. Brody Waddle and had a 24 to 70. Nice. Yeah. That's a great kit, man. Question: how big is the Canon R10? I've gone and ordered it, and I'm curious. I was using this as my webcam last week, but I swapped it out for the Sony. I don't really know how to describe. I mean, there's a weight, but like in terms of size, like I'm a pretty average sized dude, and this is the R10 right here. And like on my hand, I do have a cage on it, so it is a smaller camera, but it does have a nice deep well right here. I don't know if that's good enough of a size demonstration, but it's a little. If this cage wasn't here, it would be a lot smaller in my hand, but because I'm using a cage, it definitely fits a lot nicer. So it's a small camera. It's not tiny like the M50 though. We need to connect offline. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. Literally, man. That's what I like. Your businesses and stuff like that is like what I target. Like this whole thing that I'm doing towards. Like I want to try to help brands that are just getting started up increase or improve or level up their visual media. That's why my name is TMV Visual Media. So it doesn't take much, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just little tweaks here and there. And one of the things that I was mentioning is like setting up like frictionless content creation, because that's where I see a lot of people really struggle, is like every time that you want to record content, it's a whole production. It's like a whole thing, right? And like that's a real big time suck, especially if you're not actively in the space. So what I tell people that are just getting started with small businesses, like if you look on my profile, my Instagram, like I've worked with other brands, clothing brands and stuff, where I've trained them. I'm like, nah, set it up so that all that you got to do is press record on something, and then dedicate 1 day out of the month, 2 days out of the month to just content editing, content creation, content editing, batch it all. And then you have content for the next 6 months. Like that's what I did for the attorneys that I work for. Like I see them a couple times a year and I like basically get them all of their content that they need for the calendar year. You know what I mean? Like that's what I do. But yeah, man, anytime, bro. I know you're busy, so keep it up, man. Keep up that hustle. How are you getting that window effect on the wall behind you? Oh, Brody, I'm using a, what is it called? I'll show you. If you guys are interested in any of the gear that I am using, you can find it in my link in bio right here on my profile page. There's a link in bio there, and one of the first links, actually here, I'll show you. So if you head to my profile page on TikTok, there's only one link in my bio. You hit that, and then there's a little Amazon button right here that's clickable, or you can go down to the bottom here, TMV Amazon Selects. Excuse me, and this will take you to my storefront here. And then I have all of the stuff that I have on here. Anyways, one of the things that I have, let's see, YouTube setup. This little spotlight. This brand right here sends me, oh, actually, I got a new product from them today. I got a tube light. Check this out. I fucking love tube lights, guys. They sent me their newest tube light, which is just like their last tube light, but it's bigger. So this is just like a bigger size. This is the one they had sent me before, which is a nice little tube light. Super bright RGB, all that jazz. And then this guy is just like double the size, of course. Double the size, we'll see. We'll see. But you guys can never, ever have enough tube lights. Tube lights are cool. But yeah, that's how I have that light in the back, that window. And there it comes with different patterns and stuff. Jimmy, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Pink Phoenix. What up, Pink Phoenix? Brother. What up? Julia, how are you, Julia? Julia, did you set up your light with the window things? Lighting is cool. Lighting is cool. Guys, if I'm missing any of the chat, I apologize. Feel free to send it again, and I'll try to get your questions answered. I am currently multi-streaming on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. I'm like a real boy. What city you in? I'm in Philadelphia. I just bought the Fujifilm 100X. Did I cook or is it overrated? That camera's sick, dude. I have one of those. It's a really nice camera. I need to take it out to street photography. Maybe I'll go out with that one on my next shoot. Is there a flash you recommend? For flashes, I recommend anything by Godox. Yeah, anything by Godox. Presby Talk, are you using S-Log with LUTs or just... This is just right out of camera. Yeah, this is just right out of camera. I did set up this little diagram because a couple of people have asked me about like my lighting setup, and I can show you guys. I added a new... I was used to my Stream Deck buttons being all in one place, and I did some optimization earlier, and all my stuff, I moved it around, and now it takes me a second to find it. But anyways, this right here is my lighting setup right now, you guys. Can you guys see this okay? So I'm currently sitting in this chair right here. I got a light right here. I got two cameras right here. I got another light over here that's turned off at the moment. If you guys can see, I can kick it on here. And then I have a big ass light that's up here that's bright. And then this is the window pattern. And then I got this light that everybody loves. And then I just colored, temperature matched everything. Pink Phoenix, upgrading from the Canon 600D with a kit lens to a Canon 5D Mark III. Nice, dude. With the Sigma Art lens was crazy. Yeah, hell yeah, Pink Phoenix. You're gonna love that setup. 5D Mark III is no joke. What about the newer? I have some newer flashes. I don't remember the model. But I don't do a lot of flash photography. I only do it maybe like a couple times a year. and I only use them when I do portraits. What are your thoughts if I was doing a full walkthrough of a home for real estate? Auto ISO? No, I would probably do, like, you want to do it all in one go. I would control the lights as much as possible. Turn on all the lights. Hopefully all of the light bulbs are the same color temperature. And I probably wouldn't do it all in one pass. So what I would do is I would scope out the room that I'm about to enter and do like a sweep in and make sure that I'm color accurate. And then as I'm like going past the wall, use that wall as a transition to like cut in the footage and then color temperature check the next room, you know? Kings Jeff, the engineer, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. So I probably wouldn't do auto ISO unless you can guarantee that all of the light bulbs are the same color temp. And then also how long you're doing it, because if there are windows with no blinds or the blinds are open, I'd be watching a lot of YouTube videos is what I would do. For a beginner, Canon, I would do the Canon R50 khaki. Windows give me different exposures. Yeah, that would be an issue for sure. For sure. Richard Oliveira, thank you for the rose. Appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate it. Buddy, one question. Does the XM5, it's good to be my principal camera and ad for social events? For ads? Yeah, XM5 is fine. What is a good handheld mic to use? I saw your Rode boom mic, but need handheld options. You want to hold a mic like this? Like you want to hold a mic like this? I don't know. I've just used the lavalier mics to like lavalier a person to lav a person. And I've also used just regular mics on people, like clip them on. I've never used handheld ones. I think Rode sells like one where you can like, there's a couple of 3D printed ones, I'm sure. I'm still using the 5D Mark. That's a nice camera still. Yes, or like clipped onto shirts. Yeah, Brody, I've shared this with you before. I have everything that I recommend, bro, right in my link in bio. I have a whole mic and audio section of all of the mics that I own. They're all right here, buddy. All right here. Yes, sorry. Yeah. Anytime you guys got any questions, you're like wondering, hey, I wonder what Vic uses, feel free to bookmark this. Oh, you guys can actually see on here what some other stuff. Over this weekend, I'm setting up another recording station in my living room. So I need to buy a couple pieces for finishing that up. DFG Designs LLC, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Julia, thank you for sharing the live, Julia. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Did I miss any chats? I probably did. I was chatting for a little while. If I missed any chats, guys, just feel free to send them over again. But yeah, I'm setting up a new recording area in my living room, so I'm going to be working on that tomorrow. Tonight, I was thinking about, a highlight. Cool. Post. Anytime TikTok does an automatic post it. Don't even think about it. Just post it. Service internal error. Uh-oh. Video posted. Hopefully it's a video. Don't know if it glitched on me. Oh man, we're so close to the 8,000. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. 3920. We're at 3,920 on YouTube. So close. We'll get there. After we get to the 4,000, I'm trying to get to 10,000 on YouTube this year. Don't know what I need to do. North Drewski, what up, North Drewski? Need to figure out, need to sit down and really like think about what I need to do on YouTube. The lives are going great. Love the lives. I need to add more like long form content. Long form content. That's what I'll focus on. Enzo Films, what up, man? Good to see you. Mystery Demon, good to see you back in here. It's been a minute, bro. Been a minute. Yeah, recently I swapped out my my R10 that I had as my streaming camera, and I swapped it out for the ZVE-10 II. So now you guys are watching me on a ZVE-10 II with a 23 millimeter, and I got an R50 with a 23 millimeter. Brody Waddle, I was thinking about reviewing some pages later on. Not 100% sure because I have a couple things that I wanted to do today. I wanted to also edit some photos, so I might do that as well. But if you guys are interested in getting some reviews done, make sure that you guys follow on YouTube because that's where I'm going to be primarily doing them. Do I like the Ninja Atmos Ninja? Yeah, I have one of those. It's expensive. It does have internal recording, which is really nice. You know, that's the reason why I bought it, you know. Any tips to using a mobile gimbal? Want to start restaurants and car dealerships, social media promotion? Just practice. You got to practice. Don't buy it the night before you have a gig. Make sure that you practice with it and use it every single day. That's like the tip for almost anything. Yeah, make sure you practice with it. North Drewski, question. So I seen a Sony A7R II for $850. Would you say that's better than a Sony 63? Ooh, I don't know, dude. I don't think I'd buy an A7R II for $850. How much do they cost? I think the lowest that I'd buy is an A7 III. Oh, it was an R. Never mind, R2. I messed that up. My bad. My bad. No, that's how much they cost. Yeah, that's how much they're worth because they're on the A7R5 right now. Yeah, that's not really too much of a deal. If you want the resolution, I guess. You know, how many you got 42 megapixels on this. That's not bad. No, I'd probably buy this. Yeah, I would probably. It's a little bit older, but I would buy this. 42 megapixels, that's pretty impressive. I would just, you know, have an understanding that it's a little bit older of a camera. It has IBIS too. I want to see the specs on it. I think the pictures for the party went well. I was a little sweaty though. Oh my God. Yo, tell me about it. Tell me about it, Julia. Was it cringe? Did you feel cringe or did you get over that pretty quick? What to get in the middle of a 17 to 40 and a 70 to 200? Are you in a crop sensor shot by Hunter? I'm a phone photographer for 3 years now. What camera can you recommend? Any. I can recommend any. The pawn shop wants $850 for it with a lens. Yeah, I mean, I would. Yeah, that's what they cost. It's not a deal or anything. That's what they're worth. I would buy. If your question is if you'd buy the A7R II or the 60, what'd you say, 60 something hundred? I'd buy the A7R too. I'd buy the full frame for sure. Oops, on the R7, buying it soon. Which would be better, an R7 or an R8? Depends on what you're doing. Depends on what you're doing. I like the R7 though. The R7 Mark II is around the corner though. 5 key shots for B-roll: wide, medium, and tight. Wide, medium, and tight. That's what you got to keep in mind. Every shot needs wide, medium, and tight. I felt a little cringe. The mom was so happy though and really excited. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. That's exactly what I told you the other day. They're gonna be like, oh my god. When they get the photos, Julia, they're gonna be like, holy shnikes. You know, and it was good practice. It was a good practice for you to like learn a little bit about the camera, you know, get the jitters out, you know. Kept having to ask people if they wanted their pics taken. I expected people to be more excited. It's okay. Is Canon 15-85mm decent lens for beginners? I don't really like variable aperture zooms, not gonna lie. Anything with a variable aperture is kind of like, in my opinion, not a good investment. Should I buy an FX30? You should. Why not? Thank you so much, man. Every time I join this live, I learn something new. I love the work, man. I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for stopping in. Nate Littlewolf. I'm looking at getting the A7 IV or the A7 V. I'll mostly be using it for videos with some pictures. Get the A7 V, dude. Buy the best that you can afford. You're never going to be disappointed in buying the latest generation of something. Yeah, I think there's what, like a $500 price difference too? So let's see, A7, whoops. Sony A7 IV. Oops, spelled that wrong. A7 IV is $2,200, and then the A7 V is so $29, so $700 price difference. I think that if you don't have either of them, yeah, I would go to B&H right here. Oopsie, gotta go here. For some reason, I don't know where the compare button is on the other screen. Hit the compare button here. And then add this to the compare. And here you can see them side by side, $2,200. And actually it's on sale right now, the A7 IV, because the A7 V exists. 22 to 29, so $700 price gap. Same megapixels. You do get like some more advanced AI features in the latest one. I think the $700, like up to 30 FPS maximum. So this one is crazy, a huge improvement over the 10. You get 4K 60. Yeah, you get 4K 60. So they made some okay improvements on. I think it's worth it to get the latest and greatest for sure. Packed my PGY tech bag, felt like a bit. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I did get the new, I was checking out the new bag that I got today. Another brand sent me another bag. So I'll be creating content about that tomorrow. It fits my big ass laptop. So I was really impressed with that. Yeah, I was really impressed with that. Appreciate the answer, dude. Costa Rica. I'm not sure if I answered your question. Oh yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I don't really like kit lenses or like variable aperture lenses, unfortunately. I think they're just a waste of cash, really. Unless you have no idea what you're doing, I would, and if you do buy the kit lens, I would recommend and urge you to buy it used. What aperture is your webcam right now on TikTok? I think I have it like at f1.2. North Drewski, because right now I have the 6300, and well, honestly, the quality isn't best when I look at my images at home or on Lightroom. Yeah, you probably need a new lens. What lens are you using, North Drewski? Oftentimes when you're not getting the quality that you want out of your camera, oftentimes, not gonna lie, it's probably the lens. Is an FX3 a good camera? Yes, it is. I have an XT3 and a couple of primes. I was wondering about the XT-S20 or jumping ship to Sony 67 or A7C2. Would be using it for personal vlogs and photography and like more compact setups. Any thoughts? I like the A7, the C2, the A7C2. That one's really cool. The 6700 is also really nice. Here's the thing, bfong11. By the way, if you're hanging out over on YouTube, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Really appreciate it. Trying to get to 4,000 followers over there. So if anybody can help me out there, I'd really appreciate it. Also, 22 viewers over on TikTok. Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining. Here's the thing. When it comes to Fuji, I don't really, unless it's like the Fuji Eterna stuff, I don't really think of Fuji as like video cameras, unfortunately. What's the best camera for plane spotting? Pretty much any camera. You just need a really long lens, dude. Pedro, R10 with a Sigma art lens, good for podcasts and short form content. Depends on the R10, Pedro. Depends on the depends on the lens, which lens you're getting. And like your setup. The R10 is fine for podcasts. But for real, if you guys are looking, like I have, in my opinion, like the best camera right now to get for people that want to start like podcasts, I'm telling everybody to buy this camera right here. The R50V. You guys have heard me talk about this camera like in every single live stream. It's $600, dude. It has all of the advanced, it has more video features than the R10. This is it, dude. You buy like 2 or 3 of these for like a podcast setup, some decent Sigma lenses, it's a wrap. You did it. You did it. Thank you for the sub. Really appreciate it. What do you think about the new APS-C lens Sigma 12mm f? I have that lens. Do I have it? Yeah, I have it right here. Check it out. I like it a lot. Let's see. 12mm Sigma. Yeah, this lens is pretty good. I think for vlogging, the 12 is nice. In terms of vlogging, though, I know the f1.4 is really nice. I'm not gonna lie. It is really nice. But truthfully, for like all around vlogging, I kind of think this is the lens. I think this is the play. It's another Sigma lens. But this 10-18 is like, it is a 2.8. Really nice. Really nice. But if you are looking for the f1.4, then you gotta go with the 12mm, which is also really nice. This is if you want that f1.4 look, you know what I mean? My plan is maybe selling my kit lens for that bad boy. Right now, that lens goes for 220. Yeah, there's a lot of options. For sure. What do you think about the Nikon Z6 III? I like the Nikon. R50V is solid, dude. I have 2 of those. I have 2 R50Vs. I almost bought a third because they're so cheap. Yeah, last year in December, the R50V was like under 600. It was like 570 retail, and that's when I almost bought a third one. Hello, a D Tech Yek Chandler Lekar. Hello, trying to get into photography, and I travel a lot. Any camera recommendations within the $300 to $500 range? This would also be a camera to learn photography on. I'd probably buy something used. And truthfully, I would probably just find something at the higher end, like that's a really limited budget. So I would probably be looking like at a cheap point and shoot, at a $500 point and shoot is where I'd probably be looking at. And I think for $500 you can find a decent Sony CyberShot for that. And because you travel, it'll be nice and easy for you to carry around, you know? Well, f1.4 is great for low light too. Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. Like I said, I like the 12. I like the 12. But I was making like a vlogging setup. I think I have it all broken down. I don't know. Yeah, I tore it all down, but I did have like a little vlogging setup that was nice. For those of you guys that are just joining on YouTube, welcome in. All we're doing is just talking about camera gear, lenses, lighting. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them into the comments. I'll try to get your questions answered. North Drewski, this is the lens I'm thinking about. Viltrox 85. What do you want to do with that lens, the 85 millimeter North Drewski? 85 is like super punched in, bro. Kenny Dickey, suggestions doing recording for cornhole events, a 27-foot gap, dual camera setup, and leave. You probably are gonna need some battery packs or have them hardwired in with like plug them into a wall. But I would do the R50Vs. Yeah, the R50Vs would be nice for that, for sure. R50Vs. Got a couple of these bad boys right here, 600 bucks. By the way, guys, if you are on YouTube, I do have everything that I'm recommending, and all the stuff that I recommend, I personally own and have been using for the past couple of years. If you're on YouTube, it's the first link in the description. And if you're on TikTok, you can find all of the things that I use in the first link in bio on my profile page. As soon as you click onto it, you'll see a little Amazon symbol. You hit that, and then you get taken right to my my storefront here. I own 100% of all of this stuff. Maybe like 95%. I've probably sold a couple things in here. I have everything categorized from my YouTube setup to my cameras to my lenses, camera bags, lens filters, lighting, mic, all that fun stuff. Thank you. You got it, bro. Is this camera the R50V? No, this is I have two cameras on me right now. So on YouTube, you're watching me on an R50. On a TikTok, you're watching me on a ZVE 10-2. And then right here, I have a top-down shot. This camera right here, the one that is filming from the top down, is an R50V with a 16 millimeter lens. 16, I think I said. And I do have another R50V over here. I actually forgot what I did with it. I was like, where the hell did that thing go? I was testing out my new camera bag. My new camera bag. Here is my other R50V. My buttons are all messed up. This right here, I can't talk enough about this camera. For anybody that's just getting started, this is the one. R50V. This lens is a little expensive. If you can afford this lens, go for the 17-40 f1.8 art lens. If not, you can get something like the 18-50, which is a really nice lens. This is a really good one too. This is an f2.8 though, but also very nice. Action Blatson, what's up, bro? For those of you guys that are hanging out in YouTube, thank you so much for stopping by. If you haven't subbed already, please consider doing so. I'm really trying to get to 4,000 subs by the end of March. So anybody that could help out, I'd really appreciate it. Patrick Paradise, what's your all-time favorite portrait lens? Ooh, 85-1.2. Fuck yeah, dude. Been using the new 70-200Z. I've never tried the 70-200Z. This past weekend I was using this past week I was using the old school 70-200. This is still probably one of my all-time favorite lenses, but to answer your question directly, my all-time favorite portrait is the 85-1.2. I've thought about purchasing the 50 f1.2, but I ended up buying the 45 f1.2 just to save a couple dollars. Action Blad said, right now my biggest dilemma is deciding the Sigma 24 or getting a lens set of anamorphics. Ooh, that's a tough choice, bro. That's a tough choice. I would probably, the 24-70 is so like blah, unless you need it for like, it's a great lens, I'm not gonna lie, it's a fantastic lens, but the anamorphics I think would make me more excited, you know what I mean? I guess the question would be, Action Bladson, great dilemma to be in, bro. I would be more like, what's gonna bring me in more revenue? Am I doing this so that I can get more paid gigs, or do I want to try a different or like style of filming? And that's what my decision would be. If you're just doing this as a hobby, that's cool too. But if I'm thinking of it just as a hobby, which ones would make me more excited to use my camera, right? Would it be a boring 24-70 that everybody has, or would it be an anamorphic, right? I just tried 3 R50Vs for a pod I produced. They were nice, probably going to buy them. Oh yeah, dude. For podcasts, man, I'm telling everybody, you know, you do have to like wire them up, make sure that they're plugged in, got like battery solutions so that they don't die on you, because they do have rinky-dinky batteries. But for podcasts, you know, if you know how to set up a podcast and you can put in 3 R50Vs, get some nice lenses, one for each side of the table, and then one wide shot. That's it, dude. That's it. Mine has never overheated on me, but then again, I'm shooting in like 4K 30 or 4K or 1080 30. You know what I mean? So it's so clear on YouTube. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, on YouTube, I am filming on 2 different cameras, you guys. On YouTube, I'm using an R50 with a 23mm Sigma, and then on TikTok, right here, I'm using a Sony ZV-E10 II with a 23mm Sirui. I actually have my setup kind of drawn out here. So I was using an R10, but right now I'm using the Sony ZV-E10 II right here, and this guy, and then I have this for my top-down shot. And the R10 I took down just to give it a little bit of a break, and I wanted to try out the Sony with this lens. On TikTok, I am using, you guys can probably tell the difference, but like the bokeh on the Sony, I think it's set to f1.2. Yeah, f1.2. What do you think about the Sony 6700? The Sony 6700 is sick, dude. It's a nice camera. Yeah, 100%. I do have a poll going on over on YouTube. If you're over on YouTube and you haven't participated in it, feel free to jump in on it. The question is, do you want to earn money with your camera? 67% of you say yes, 17% of you say no, and 17% of you say a couple dollars wouldn't hurt. Do I have a money sign? Oh yeah, I do. Look at that. I have a money sound effect. All right. It's clearer on YouTube, is it? Can you guys tell a difference on this in the image quality? I didn't think you'd be able to tell, truthfully. I didn't think there'd be like that big of a difference. Looks great to me, yeah. Answered it. My answer was a couple dollars. Yeah, a couple dollars, man. I started getting into photography because I wanted to buy more gear. It's like a, what is it called? A catch-22 kind of thing. I like camera gear and lights and audio equipment and lighting equipment and recording equipment that in order for me to buy more of it, I have to do more of it. Oh my God. It's a trap. It's a trap, Julia. There is a difference. Well, I'm sure they're completely different cameras, dude. There would be a difference for sure. I can see a difference, but also I work in short films in the summer. But I also work on short films. Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a Sony versus a Canon, bro. Of course there's going to be a difference. What the fuck? Yeah. Not to say which one is better or not. I think they both look pretty decent. Yo, what the shit is that? That sucks. My little eyepiece has a piece missing on it. I need to replace that. That's not cool. I hope that little piece is replaceable. The little eye cup on my R10 is missing a little corner. That's a bummer. No idea how that could have happened. If this is wrong, I don't want to be right. That's funny. That's funny. Julia, you get to have all my hand-me-down cameras. If Junior ever wants to give up his R5, just have him send it to you. Color correction was so easy having all three the same instead of my main rigs. Yeah, you'll definitely have that. You'll definitely have that. Truthfully though, I mean, unless you're going for a really specific look, I think that the cameras do a nice job of producing some decent color. But they do have C-Log 3, right? Yeah, they have C-Log 3, so you can literally do. It has a lot of wiggle room in that in the log format, so you can do a lot, you know. Thoughts on the FX2? I like the FX2. It's kind of a cool idea. Thank you. Let's get it in writing though. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I haven't seen any of the photos he's taken with it, so I'll have to follow up with him. But as long as he's using it and he's happy, you know, that's all that there is. That's all that I really care about. Colt, yo, it's me, Colton Barrett from YouTube. What up, Colt? Appreciate you hanging out. 3923. All right, I guess I can start. Let's see. Dropped frames. Everything's holding today. So I do have some photos that I can start to edit, but I need to remember where I put my last photos. TikTok projects? No. Projects. TikTok live photo edits. Here it is, I think. Let's put them here. Control Shift N, new. What's today? 03 28 26. All right, so let's put these bad boys in. And we'll at least queue up some photos from my last editing session. DCIM, EOS R5. How many photos did I take? $600 photos. Not bad. Not bad. Let's move all these over. Here we go. 31 gigs I took of street photos the other day. Not too shabby. Is there video in here? Ooh, there is video, so I'll move this over too. Cool. Thank you. I think he's happy. He just hurt his ankle pretty bad though, not very mobile. What happened to him? Professional Switch over on YouTube. Thank you so much for Switchblade. Switchblade. That reminds me of a movie. Isn't that what that movie's called? Switchblade with what's his face? He talks all funny like this. He's like, "Can I get some of them taters?" Switchblade, right? A professional R5-2 sports shooter needs a second body. Stay dual R5-2 for body purity, or wait for the R7-2 for APS-C reach full. Ooh. Would like a high megapixel body for cropping. I would probably, that's a really cool. Are you trying to save money, Mr. Switchblade? If you're not trying to save money, do this for all current items. Try again. Skip. If you're not trying to, not enough memory to complete this operation. Oh shit. Cancel this then. If you're not trying to save money, I would probably buy another R5 Mark II. The R7 Mark II is supposed to be really, really great. It's supposed to be like the fastest mechanical shutter that they've ever made. So I would probably wait, is what my recommendation. Can you wait? If you can wait, I would wait to see what the R7 Mark II has to offer, because I'd be curious to see what that's all about. Because if they add some new crazy shutter speed, like, and if you're in sports, dude, and they increase the megapixels from, what is the R7, like 32? If they increase it to 32 to like 40 or something like that, or 38 or 39, whatever the next bump up is, that would be really exciting. And if they make it even faster, yeah, that would be really exciting. I love the R5 Mark IIs because it's a 45 megapixel and I do a lot of cropping in my photos. But if they bump up the R7 from 32 up to like 38 or 40, that would be like, I think it's worth the wait. Drywall sheet fell on him. Oh, damn. He didn't break anything, did he? Thoughts on the Sony Venice 2? Just found out it was used to film F1 movie. I have no idea about like full-on production movies, cameras that are used on full productions. Yes, Catch 22, make 100, blow 100 on new gear, make 100K, blow 100K on new gear. Yeah, the Catch 22, like I was saying earlier, bro. Make 100, blow 100 on new gear. Bro, I get it, man. I get it, Patrick. I'm the same way, man. It's like I gotta keep going. Like I can't stop, you know? I'm on the flywheel. I'm gonna open up this window right here, guys. Give me 1 second. Get some fresh air in here. Yeah, the R7 Mark II is gonna be kind of exciting. I hope not, but he won't get it looked at. If it's broken, he wouldn't be able to walk. And it'll be like black and blue for like a lot longer. Looked at, so stubborn. Yeah. I hope he's all right too. I ran out of space on one of my drives and it has 4 terabytes. So I need to clear some stuff again. I have everything in this one specific M.2 drive on my PC. And I want to keep that drive just for like photos and videos and projects and stuff, creative stuff. But I need to offload it. Luckily, I have a NAS that has like 60 terabytes, so I'm not too concerned. 4 terabytes. Yeah, my PC is pretty beefy. I have like, you guys want to see something crazy? The PC that I'm on currently has like 24 or 20 terabytes. Processes. I don't think you can see right here, but this PC right here has all of these SSDs right here, these NVMe's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 times 4 is 20, right? Yeah, so I have 20 terabytes of storage. Only one of them is like up there. Only one of them is really like up there, and that's the one that it has all the photos and all the videos. But like I said, I have a NAS, and the NAS has like, what did I say, like 60 or 50 terabytes. So it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I can probably buy a house with all the storage. It's not because I have a lot of it, just because of how much the price has increased. Yeah, the price of storage has really gone up, which is something to consider with those higher megapixel sensors. You know, especially video. If you're doing like 45 megapixel, 4K 30, 4K 60 video, fuck, dude. One of my cameras, the C70, no, the C50, has 7K open gate, 7K, 30 FPS, open gate. It burns through storage, dude. I guess that's another thing that I'll speak for myself, that I overlooked at the very beginning, is the cost of the extra memory cards, the extra space, all the storage that you need and all that stuff. Hey, this is Andrew. Yes, I want to earn money from my cameras. Good for you, bro. 64% of people agree with you. Actually, if I do 64 plus 27, that's like a big majority of people. Sling blade. What did I say before? Switchblade. Right. Sling blade was the, who was that? He likes the way I talk and I like the way he talks. Someone else asked about the Viltrox 85F2. Yeah, somebody was asking about it. I was saying, I'm like, unless you know what you're going to do with that thing, that's a pretty specific lens to buy. You know what I mean? I don't think that that's a crazy thing to say either. I think that's a pretty specific lens to buy if you don't know what's, you know what I mean? All right, so let me X out of this and let's open up Lightroom. New headset connected? Don't switch. Oh, I got some IEMs coming in tomorrow. It's slowly coming together, you guys. It's slowly coming together. So today we're going to do some editing of the photos that I did last week. Here's my favorite photo from the last set, guys. Mr. Mustache. Yes, I want to earn. LOL, someone. Yep. All right, so let's import new photos. Nice. It already found it. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Cool. I just want to import. Yes, import. Brand new Canon R8 or secondhand R6? Ooh, what are you gonna be doing with it, IB? AB? Queen Christina, what up? Hey, what did I miss? Nothing much. We're about to do some editing here. Nothing much. It's going pretty good. Going pretty good. Been on for about an hour or so. It's been a pretty good live, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. What are we editing on? We are editing on my PC, and we are using Lightroom, and what we are editing is some street photos that I did on Thursday on the R5, on this camera actually. I was using the R5 Mark II with a 70 to 200, and I was using this lens, this everyday lens from Short Stash. This little filter, it's a little expensive, but it's really, really nice. It's subtle. It has a little bit of bloom, and it has a little bit of how do I want to put it? You'll see the photos, I guess, as soon as they all import. Yeah, Short Stash. I have a couple of lens filters from him, and he makes some pretty nice stuff. Why is it nice compared to normal ones? What do you mean? What are we talking about? Very dark boy. I mean the filter. The everyday filter is kind of nice. You have to see if it's right for you though, because it does have a color cast. It does have a little bit of a color cast. Queen Christina. Yeah, some of these usernames are kind of wild, aren't they? I've seen some crazy ones. I bet you once I get everything going over on Kick, 2 viewers on Kick. Look at us go. What's up, Kick? Everybody say hi to everybody on Kick. All 2 of them. Oh, and say hi to somebody on Twitch. There's somebody on Twitch as well. Hi, Kick. Sebastian Yeet. Where you been, bro? Oh, the color is what differentiate it from regular, like newer filters. The quality of the glass. There's a couple of things that differentiate it. It's you can look up Short Stash everyday filter, and then you can take a look at it from there to see if it's right for you. He does make a couple of filters, but it's a premium filter. It's from Polar Pro, so there are some other differences other than just the color. The quality's higher. It also has Teflon threads, which is like really, really nice instead of like metal threads. Where you been, Yeet? Bro, we're about to do some editing here, man. Haven't seen you in a while. Mystery Demon, hi Kick, hi Twitch. Let's see if anybody says hi back. Nope. The 2 people and the 1 people, whoever you are, if you are real people, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. All right, operation in progress. We'll see how long this takes. Don't be shy. They can, over on those platforms, they can see the chat. But on TikTok, you guys can't see because TikTok will get mad at me. There was somebody that I interacted with on this photo walk that I exchanged contact or I exchanged social media with, that I need to get him a photo. So we'll deliver that photo to him. Oh, that's a good topic. I would like your thoughts or a long form video from you. File management. I do a lot of different projects and I'm so, yeah, dude. File management, broski. What I do is I have folders set up that live on my desktop. And the folders, essentially, they look like this. Actually, I can show you right here. Let's see. Is it this one? No, hold on 1 second. My bad. I need to exit out of this. Hold on. There it is. So this thing right here, I have 2 root folders. I call them camera dump templates. And these are all the cameras that I own. And then anytime I come home, I create a new folder. And then if I have 2 cameras, I select the 2 cameras or the 3 cameras that I used. I carry them over to a brand new folder with a date in them. And then I come back to my projects template folder. And then in here, this just has 4 folders. These are all blank: video, audio, photos, and assets. So anytime I do a new project, I import this as a root folder into a new folder. And then I use this as a camera dump folder. So everything stays organized. So I know in my project folders, when I open up something like my actual projects folder, I have everything labeled. So I have YouTube project, camera dumps, non-YouTube project, TikTok projects, Instagram projects. And then within these, I have like other folders. I was just on offloading here, but then I have like different dates. And then within these, I have different cameras. And that's pretty much how I stay organized. Like that's the basis. That's the very basic fundamental kind of stuff, if that makes sense. Super, super base level stuff. But doing just that right there is like... Yeah, that's actually not a bad one. I created my folder structure from watching somebody else make one about that, because I was like, dude, these files are getting unmanageable. So I did watch. The trick is, what I learned from that video, truthfully, was that you want to only create folders that have like a maximum of like 2 folders within it, and that's it. Anything more than that and you get into like this folder inception situation that nobody benefits from. So that's the one thing that I took from it. If you create a folder, only have 1 or 2 folders within that, and that's it, max. Like you don't want this massive folder tree in your file system, because it gets out of hand really, really quick. Okay, so this is a problem. So let me see what I got to do to fix this. Lightroom catalog, right? No, nope. Nope. It doesn't let you see the photo in this for some reason. It'll let you see it in library, but when I go to develop, is it there now? No. Develop. Is that it? Okay. I'm trying to figure this out, guys. On YouTube, on TikTok, you guys are fine. Let me move this over here. Okay. Let me switch it back. Oh, okay. So let me switch this off over here and keep that on. That's probably why. All right, I need to take my hoodie off. 1 second. I'm starting to get warm. All right, we're back. All right, so I need to figure out why my Lightroom isn't working, because the develop tab doesn't pop up for some reason. But we'll figure out that later. Let's see. I faced a situation while filming in concert scene. The background lighting part may be blue lighting on the scene while shooting from far away. Okay. Sebastian Yeet. Hey, Vic, I've been busy working and gaming. All right, all good, bro. Bro, I finally bought an FX30 with a Sigma 18-50. Nice. Congratulations, dude. You did it. How to get the person on scene to be more distinguishable when filming with a wide lens while the behind the overall video was too bright. You need probably a tighter lens. A lens that has farther reach. And then you need to what's it called? Ooh, look at this. And then you need to expose for the highlights. Architecture shots like these, man, they're so fucking easy. Again, they're not gonna win you any award. This is yeet. I've been using this is bathroom art, man, at its finest, bro. Bathroom art at its finest. Let's see what do we like here. I think I like this one. Yeah. All right, let's see. Is there anything here at 4 to 5? Nah, it's better to have it. Maybe we can do a square. Not too bad, not too bad. Not bathroom art, at least calendar. No, me and Yeet, Sebastian Yeet in here, we have this running joke. I don't even know where I came up with the expression, but I was like, you're not gonna win any awards, but it's definitely bathroom art for sure. The kind of art that you post up in your guest bathroom. You know what I mean? I kind of like this as shot, to be honest. Yeah, we'll just go with this right here. All right, cool. Let's keep it pushing. Bus driver. Let's see. Second and market. I don't think I got a good shot of this guy. Oh, it's a woman. No, not really. Not really. Nothing too interesting there. Nothing really there either. Just looking for pockets of light, really. This is the very beginning of the shoot. Every time that I'm like right at the beginning, I'm always just trying to brush off the rust, you know? Oh, I remember finding these, this stuff over here. The cherry blossoms are starting to bloom. Let's see if we can find a good composition here. Hey, kitty. Hey, it's the other kitty. She's gonna be grumpy. Let's do C41. C41 always looks cool. Kind of loses its... There we go. A little too pink. That should be fine. This one adds like, let's see, no grain. Grain. Let's do no grain. I'm trying to get white infinity effect with a white backdrop. What settings do you recommend for my FX30? I'm completely beginner. Still don't understand like things like ISO. Infinity effect? Like you want to take a photo with like the white backdrop with the what's it called? With the curve in the back. You got to match the white of the paper if that's what you're using, paper. And then that's an editing thing that you like edit the corners out so that you have like what it looks like a completely white background. But unless I'm not understanding what you mean by white infinity effect. It sounds like that's what you mean, though. Oh, some Vespas. These were kind of cool. Let's see if we get a good shot here. How do you feel about the new C50? I like the new C50. I bought it the day it came out, actually. Yeah, that's what I meant pretty much. I want to make a video interview with a complete white background. For video, you're probably going to have to do... I've never done that with video, but I don't think it should be very difficult. You just got to get what's called a clean plate. I guess I could probably try to do it myself, figure out how to do it, but you just generate a clean plate and then you use... The thing with it is that you got to be like in the shot so you get the shadows correct. But you got to get a clean plate first. So I would YouTube it. I would be YouTubing it and then I would just do exactly... can you do it on Premiere Pro? You have to do some AI. You'd have to use some AI, so Photoshop probably would work. And then once you get the clean plate, you extend the edges to make it completely white. And then you put that on the bottom on the first layer, and then you overlay your video on top of that. Look at these guys just jamming out. I kind of like the pink in the background a little bit, don't you guys? There's like some pink red stuff in the back. Kind of looks kind of cool. The red really pops. I got some good looking musicians in this park. This park that I was in is called Rittenhouse Square. And there's usually some nice especially on the day that I went out, it was really beautiful out. So there was a lot of people just jamming and stuff. This is fire. You like these, Malik? These are just like what I was looks like this guy has a head injury. See that? Should we do him a favor, guys, and take it out? Take out the head injury, or should we leave it in? What do you think? Head injury or no head injury? He looks like he took a fall. My buddy shot a wedding with max ISO, no flash, and used AI denoise, and I was like, did it work? Did it come out? What should I focus on learning as a complete beginner to get best for my camera? You should just practice, dude. What you need to do is practice. That's what you gotta do. It worked? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I probably would learn, you know, I think relying on like AI is not the best call, but if he pulled it off, he pulled it off, right? Oh, these guys right here. So these guys saw me with a camera, and then they asked for a picture. And then I asked them to get together with their dog, and I want to see if it turned out. There it is. Look at this. Perfect. Let's see. Did I get her looking at me? No, she wasn't. I wish the dog was facing me. She didn't even look at me once. Let's see. Can we get the dog to turn around? Is that it right here? Here it is. Yes, we got it. Cool. So let's add a color grade on this. This up a little bit. Don't like the exposure. I might have to switch this one up to a different one. Copper tone, high C. What am I using? You ever edit chatters photos? Like people that are in the chat? No, I usually just do mine. What I was thinking about doing is later on for YouTube, maybe on Kick and Twitch as well, but for like paid subscribers and stuff, that I would add raw photos so that they can either follow along or they can do, you know, they can edit. Because a lot of people don't have like, they just want to practice editing. I'll send you a folder to edit. I'm good, bro. I got enough of my own photos. Yeah. I don't get in the habit of doing work for free. I don't like that. I like this better. I kind of like this Bob Ross. Yeah, this actually looks pretty decent. And the dog's looking our way. Look at this. Yeah, maybe we can punch this in a little bit more. Like this. I also do like the, let me create a virtual copy of this. And maybe we'll just turn it into a black and white one like this as well. And then create another virtual copy. Just because I kind of like these. These actually turned out pretty nice. Yeah, they came out nice. I like the full photo too. Like where they look small in the frame. Because the backdrop of Philadelphia is kind of cool. You know? So yeah, so these look nice. And you know what I'll do? I'll do another virtual copy. And then make this one black and white as well. So that way they have 4 photos. She said that her husband said that he'll just use a $30 karaoke machine. So I'm a sound engineer also. Lady booked me For her kid's birthday, I pack everything, she cancels. That's why you take a deposit, bro. That's the kind of mistake. That's the kind of mistakes that you only make once, bro. Yeah, you can't be planning anything without a deposit. Yeah, that's not a good one. This one's pretty good. But the dog is kind of turned, so I think these are the best ones. Andy M. Yep, exactly, dude. Exactly, dude. She texted me an hour early before the event started. Yeah, nah. So I don't get anybody on my calendar. Nobody goes on my calendar, and I don't plan for anything until I have a 50% deposit, bro. So that's a rookie mistake that you're only gonna make once. And if you make it again, that's on you, kid. Yeah, you don't plan for anything. You don't start planning things, buying things, doing anything without a 50% non-refundable deposit. Oh, this guy was one of the guys that looked kind of good. Let's see. AC/DC looks nice. Let's see. Yeah, that's some 101 stuff, Malik. Come on, Malik, you should know better than this, bro. As a DJ, never go anywhere without a deposit or a signed contract. Yeah, there you go, man. That's it, man. And that advice right there, that transcends industries, bro. That's like 101 stuff for anybody, man. For anybody, especially in the creative field, dude, because I was having a conversation with chat either yesterday or this morning. The lines blur for me a little bit, but I was saying, it might have been yesterday. I was saying, like, in terms of like events, weddings, birthday parties, all that stuff, everybody gets paid. The last person always gets paid is the creative. The creative is always the last person to get paid. Never fails. Hey, this photo turned out. Oh, you know what it is? It's that filter. I just remembered, guys. This is that everyday filter that I'm using. Yeah. Yeah, it does. It looks good. Yeah, that's a good photo. So let's copy this preset, and then let's keep it pushing, because I got another snapshot of him while he was moving his equipment, because he was setting up with another musician friend. And then I got another cool guy with a piano. I'm not sure if you guys are brand new here, by the way, over on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube, and TikTok. I do these live streams where I do this street photography live with you guys. So as I'm taking these photos, I'm actually like talking you guys through my process. Look at this guy. This guy looks like Jesus Christ. He even has a little cross tattoo right here. He's a handsome fella right here. Anytime you see somebody that's attractive, shoot him with a camera. Let's see if I can get him in frame here. I want to get a little bit of space. Here we go. First thought I had was, he does look like Jesus, doesn't he? When I grow up, I want to have hair like this. Look at this. You think I can grow out my hair like this, Julia? That's Jesus. It does look like Jesus. Jesus playing an instrument. Yeah, so I got some good profiles of this guy. That's Jesus. Totally, just need a lot of product. You know what's crazy is about men, you know, men and their hair. They rarely do need a lot of product. They just show up. You know what I mean? Ben's Tech Channel, what up, man? We're just doing some editing, man. Good to see you, Ben's Tech Channel. How's your lives been going, man? Yo, I thought I mentioned the other day that's so disrespectful. Am I lying? Men just show up and they look like this, you know? Look at that glorious hair, dude. He doesn't have much skin touch-ups either. Like on men, I don't do a lot of skin touch-ups because I don't really think they're needed that often. Unless he has like some like big imperfections in his skin, I won't touch him up. That's Jesus. Yeah, Ben, I saw your video the other day. You got an electric bike. Okay, we get it. Yeah. I'm almost done. I'm trying to work on Jesus. I did get another shot of Jesus, so you are gonna see his face again. I wish there was like red here, like some red berries right here. That would have been nice. We'll have to just come back. I wish he was looking at me in some of these, but I don't think I captured him. Not here. Imagine that almost like you were created to be natural and look beautiful. Yeah, though this guy did spot me, but I don't think, and I did capture some video of him too. This guy's not as handsome, but he's in front of a piano, so it's still kind of cool. Let's see if we can find a good photo of him. Because he did lock eyes with me for one shot or a frame or two. But I don't know if I... Oh, there he is. Oh, damn it. Damn it. That stupid lady. Whoever this person is, she can go to hell. That was it. That was the frame where he saw me. He has some nice eyes too, though. Does he look at me here? Come on. Come on. Nope. This is part of the chase, man. This is like chasing the dragon. This is the part. Let's see what frame we can find. That focus lock on though. Yeah, the focus is pretty. I mean, this is a pretty easy shot. You know, there's nothing else in frame. Maybe this is a decent frame right here. Brighten this up a little bit, maybe. Through the lady. Oh, through the lady. Yeah. Yeah, he has some really blue eyes. So that kind of works too. So let's see what we got here. I want to get all of his gear in frame. So that should be good right there. We'll go back to that with the through the lady to see if we can find any kind of anything in that. Yeah, let's go back to that through the lady shot. Actually, before we do that, we might be able to find another frame in here. Again, I keep saying this is one of the reasons why I love these high megapixel cameras. Like, you have a lot of a lot of options. Because there might be a portrait in here. Something a little bit tighter, you know? Maybe right here. Yeah, that works. I just wish he was looking at me, but that's okay. He's not. Golden Moments Photography, how are you? Just doing some casual editing here, nothing too serious. We spotted this guy where he looked at me for a split second, but there was a lady in the way right here. Fuck. He's like, I see you, motherfucker. Let's slap an edit on here. Actually, that's not too bad. That's actually not too bad. Yeah, this might not be too bad. We'll see if we can play around with this. So maybe we can do an edit like this. Like that. And then we'll create a virtual copy. Because he does have some pretty piercing blue eyes. So, by the way, guys, this is street photography. You know, this is all that it is. There's not much to it except like playing your own like little mental games with yourself, you know, to try to challenge yourself to do things. And what I've been doing lately really is trying to add I try to get people to look at me directly. So like when I'm taking a photo of somebody and I have the camera up to my eye, like I am actively like waving and trying to get their attention and pointing at the camera. And then that's enough for them to just look at me for a split second. And then that's when I snap the photo. If they happen to see me and don't want their photo taken, then they immediately turn their head or don't like interact. But that rarely happens. Oftentimes people look and smile briefly. Vampire the eyes. All I'm going to do for this one is just kind of like see if there's another frame in here. And kind of like punch in like this because most of his thing is covered, you know? So this might be an edit here. I'll have to darken this up a little bit. Like that. So there's a frame there, you know? That's not too bad. This is the full frame. So I'll probably do the same thing here actually. Just to lighten, just so that your eyes directly go to the eyeballs. Yeah, not bad. I'll take it. 2 viewers on Kick. Woohoo! 1 viewer on Twitch. All right, we're getting there, boys and girls. All right, let's keep it pushing. Because we see Jesus one more time. Vignette the F out of it. I like soft, subtle vignetting. I could, but I just like a little bit of linear masks. You know, this one was a good one too. Oh, here's Mr. Jesus again. Let's see if we can, because I did catch his eye on this one. And then I caught his performer friend too. Let's see, one more frame. There he is. There we go. I got his buddy. got his buddy. Owen takes photo. We can't see. Oh shit, my bad. My bad. Thank you, Julia. Thank you. Got a spare C50 and 28 to 70 FT. I do not. I only have one. Thank you, Patrick. I got it. Yeah. Sometimes I'm new to this streaming thing, so you guys will have to forgive me. By the way, do you guys like these kind of edits? Every time that I do these edits, I get like no traction. But as long as the people that are here are kind of digging it, I'm cool with it because I got to get this work done anyways. This is all personal project stuff anyways, though. This isn't anything. I'm not getting paid for any of this. This is just for fun, creating content and stuff, you know? His friend is pretty handsome too. Looks like a musician, you know? I'll probably, next time I'll stay a little bit longer to see them actually perform. And like, here's the thing, like I'll keep these photos like on my phone. And if these guys, chances are that they'll probably be out there at some point. And I'm pretty good with my memory that if I happen to see them again, like if I see Mr. Jesus again, I'll share this photo with him. You know, I'll totally share this photo with him. Let's see. Did he... I think he locked eyes with me at one point here. Nope, not there. One more. Nope. Come on. Mr. Jesus. Mr. Jesus. Come on. Damn it. He didn't. Fucking asshole. Yeah, Rittenhouse Square. Getting some Rit pics. Kind of a dev. Yeah, some Rit pics here. You know, the classic Rit pics. You can't go wrong with some Rit pics, man. I'm trying to capture people's eye line, and like that's really was the goal, but sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some, man. In the springtime, this part of the Philadelphia is really, really pretty. I'm literally editing a shoot I did yesterday from the city while listening. I'm locked in with you, brother. Appreciate it, broski. Appreciate it. Yeah, I do enjoy editing lives. I'll keep doing them as long as people say that they like them or they find a value in them. Oh, this guy. I saw this guy. He had like tattoos all up to his like head. I was like, Jesus. That's an aggressive tattoo right there. This guy means business. 1900? What's 1900? Best ice cream in the city. Is it really? Oh, is that why there's so many people here? I'll have to check that out one day. I didn't know that. I'll have to try that place out. Dog. Yeah, maybe I'll get some photos there too of people eating ice cream. If it's like a pretty well-known spot. Yeah, ice cream, especially if it's a famous spot. Yeah, especially if it's a famous spot. Where did I go after this? I'm making my way over to Schuylkill Park. Is that what it's called over there? Beautiful blue off the yellows, classic. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Again, none of these photos, man, you know, when I take street photos, I don't really look, you know, the goal isn't to like, if Yeet is still in here, the goal isn't to win any awards. It's just to like practice so that I can come back and edit them and try editing them with a fun style. Another reason why I don't delete any of my photos is because I'll come back to these photos like a year from now, 2 years from now, and I will and I'll try to edit them in a different way. You know, because your styles change over time. And with this photo right here, this composition, the first one, if you guys noticed, I was trying to capture this part of the screen over here, or this part of the frame with this yellow and light, and then also trying to balance it out with this massive sign. And then in this next edit, what I'm trying to do is trying to get at least part of this yellow sign in here. And we do that just by like kind of fiddling and trying to find. So I have to cut out this locust part, but I still want the sign to kind of balance out the photo a little bit. And that just takes just practicing, playing with a picture. What is, let me see. Yeah, that's no good. I'll have to work on that. That's okay. Ooh, yes. I forgot about this. I found this little alleyway with all these cherry blossoms. I totally forgot about this. Let's see what we can do here. Ooh, it's a little too blue. Look at this shit, dude. Holy shnikes. Yeah, I got a bunch of these photos here. Look at this. Sick. I love this shit. Whoops. Yeah, so I spent like 30-40 minutes in this little alleyway just taking photos of of whatever I saw here. Because the pink was like epic. Bridal? What do you mean bridal? Oh, is there somebody up here? Oh, there is. Look at this. There's somebody hanging out. was like, oh yeah, I'm just hanging out on my porch around in this beautiful pink alleyway. No big deal. Oh, this is actually better. Yep. You never know what you're gonna find, boys. In this photo, it looks like these people are kind of chatting with this person up here. Yeah, that's very cool. All right, so I took a bunch of this alleyway trying to see if I can find a different position for these people. So a lot of these are the same. But I did go down the alleyway. And then, oh yeah, perfect. It's a little overexposed, but that's all right. I'm not mad at that. Let's turn down the exposure just a little bit. That should be fine. We'll take that. And then I took some shots of the individual. I made it down all this way. Oh, there was another cool shot of the side of a house with some more flowers. Well, these are okay. Ooh, the pink with the blue looks actually pretty nice. If only I were in Philly. Yeah, the cherry blossoms are starting to bloom. This pink with the blue came out nice. I could probably find a couple frames in this bad boy. Yeah, I could probably find some frames in here. So let's create a virtual copy. Because I like the blue shutters and the window. Yeah, that's fine right there. Let's create another virtual copy here. And then let's do another crop. Let's do a 16 by 10, 16 by 9 maybe? Yeah. That should be fine right there. Cool. I got it. That's like a pretty decent wallpaper right there. This is bathroom art right here, Julia. You see this? This is for the bathroom. This is for the guest bathroom. You know what I mean? Yeah, so those came out kind of nice. So let's copy this and then let's keep it pushing. I put that in my bathroom for sure. Exactly. Get some nice pink hand towels. You know, some nice his and her bath towels, you know? Ooh, yeah, exactly. Oh, I was waiting for these guys to walk by. Let's see if I got them in focus. Yes. Yes. Let's turn down the exposure. Look at this. Yay. Got him. Yeah, I can't crop this. Again, I was on this setup, guys. I was using a R5 Mark II with a 70 to 200 f2.8. So this is the gear that I was using for this. And like I'm in an alleyway. Chester, what up, Chester? I'm in an alleyway and I don't have a lot of this is a pretty narrow alleyway, so I didn't have a lot of space. On this photo, I'm actually at 70 millimeters. So this was across the way from taking these photos. Again, you guys, if you guys are interested in watching the live of these photos while I'm actually out there, make sure to follow on TikTok. That's where I go live to do these street photos. And you guys get to hear my process. If you're interested, if you're into that kind of stuff, you know, it's whatevs. You know, whatevs. But this was probably the highlight of oh, she turned away. So you see this young woman right here? I did my whole like looking down and then waving to her and then pointing at the camera to see if I can capture her. And she did turn away. She acted like she didn't see me, like I was invisible. And that's okay. Some people don't want their picture taken, but she would have looked great right here. Again, I'm on a 70 millimeter right there, so it's kind of like, yeah, I was definitely shut down. That's okay. I get shut down all the time. I actually don't get shut down all the time. You can see, look, the whole sequence right here, because I saw her walking by and like I waved to her, and the whole sequence, there's nothing over there. She's not looking at anything. She's totally ignoring me. She's like, ooh, this weirdo right here. There's nothing over there for her to look at. There's nothing over there for her to look at. All good, though. All good. Yeah, people get self-conscious, and that's okay. You know, it's okay. I'm not going to be a jerk about it. Let's see what this is. See if there's anything here. There's a nice photo. See if we can pull a frame out of this. I think the frame needs to be bigger. Yeah, that's better. And maybe not so lined up. Maybe just a little bit less. Maybe right there. You got one out of that. Not bad. I wish this cat thing wasn't here. I wish there was an actual cat in there. If there's an actual cat in there, that would have been a cool photo. Oh, here's a good one. This one might work. And then I think I took a couple more looking down. Here we go. Oh yeah, I saw this couple right here too. This couple will probably look pretty cool too. Let's chop it up a little bit. A little too bright up here. Let's lower the exposure. Just a little bit. There might be even a smaller frame in here, now that I look at it. What presets you got going? These are Frono's Photos presets. Yeah, I bought the Fro Pack 4. They're all right. They're not too bad. They're pretty cheap. Yeah, I forget what this one is called. What is this one called, anyways? I don't know what this one is called. It doesn't tell me. Does it tell me? No, it doesn't. I thought so. I don't have 4. Yeah, they're all right. I've bought in other preset packs that I liked more, but Frono's is okay. I buy random presets all the time from different people just to test them out, to see what I like. But one thing for people that don't know how to use presets, like presets, no matter who you buy them from, no matter how good they look, they all need to have some tinkering. Like just slapping a preset is never a good idea. You gotta like start with like a base and then kind of like increase it, decrease it, cool it down, warm it up, add grain. You know, it's just a starting. Presets should be treated as a starting point. This one is not Skittles. Skittles is kind of not my favorite, dude. Unless there's some bright greens. You know, actually there might be one photo that I did earlier, the one with the lady and the guy and the dog. Skittles might work there. Yeah, but this is I forget which one. This one is either Bob Ross. Is it Bob Ross? Wow, holy shit, look at Bob Ross. Bob Ross is crazy. Let's play around with Bob Ross here for a second. Look at this. Look at this shit, boys. Jesus. Bob Ross is wild. Wow, look at Bob Ross, dude. Bob Ross looks nuts, dude. Yo, maybe I can take this and then copy it over to some of these other... Where was another one? This guy right here. Maybe I can do some Bob... Maybe I can Bob Ross this one. Let me create a virtual copy here. Jesus. That shit did not work at all. Nah, it didn't work on this one. I wonder what it... Maybe I do have another one. Let me try this one over here. Because I did like these, but these might be too strong. Create a virtual copy. You never fuck up the one that that already works. Wow, Bob Ross worked on this one. What do you guys think? Do you think they look happy trees? You think these look a little too fake? What do you think, Julia? This was the edit that I had originally, like a softer bubblegum pink. Encoding overload. Oh, maybe I'll turn this down actually. I'm not using this camera. As soon as I turn something down, it does jump up. Bob Ross is right here. This is Bob Ross. It turns it into like fuchsia. My kilobytes is going crazy right now. Give me 1 second. It'll come back here. Quick second. Yeah, the Bob Ross is a little crazy. I'm glad that I tried it though. Both of them are kind of cool. The other one is definitely a lot more subtle. Yeah, this is where I was with the Bob Ross one. And here it kind of worked. It's a little too blue. But if I warm it up a little bit, it does look really, really pink. Are you streaming on the same PC? I am. And the issue is that for some reason I need to use the sources on OBS to link it up to Lightroom, but when I do that, it doesn't show the development tab, which is a little bit of a problem. Because what I'm using right now is my entire monitor screen, which is like a crazy ultra wide, and like that really causes some rendering issues. What I need to do is get like a source that just shows the Lightroom app, not the entire window. But anytime I try to use the Lightroom thing, it doesn't let me show the it shows the library tab, but not the develop tab, which is kind of annoying. But I'll try to solve that on another day. Maybe tomorrow. I thought I had it solved, but I didn't. It's okay. Actually, you know what? I'm probably going to pause because I'm at my 2 hours already. And here's what I'll do. Because, let's see, Lightroom on this one. And then I can shut this off here. There we go. And that should get me back to where I need to be. And now what I can do is filter these and then go to rated. And these are the photos that we did today. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Later, Chester. So far, this is what we've edited today, guys. I'm going to pause after we run through these and then call it a night. I'll be back tomorrow morning, though. All right, so this is building, random building. I might Bob Ross this photo, actually. I'll have to remember that. Bob Ross this photo. this photo right here turned out kind of nice. It had some red berries in the trees, which I thought were kind of cool. And then there's some red in here. So this one actually worked. And then this guy has a head injury. Right here. He has a boo-boo. OBS always be tripping. Yeah, I mean, it's just so it shows me like when I hit the source and I hit the application source, it lets me pick Lightroom, and then it has 4 different Lightroom things. One of them says library, and then another one says something else, and then the other one doesn't work either. And then when I hit over to develop, like for example, if I hit develop right now, it disappears. And like I can see the photo right here, like the preview doesn't show up for you guys, and I don't know why. But when I go to the library, it pops back up. Not entirely sure why. Here's the photo of the guys that I need to download these photos. I'll do that right now because I need to send it to them. Export. Where do I want to send these? Select folder, export. Cool. Got them. Yeah, these turned out nice with this couple right here. I think they're gonna really like them. And then we got Mr. Jesus. Jesus himself. Oh, and then we got this guy. He's like, I see you, Clarice. We got that musician's friend. We got a doggy. And then you guys have been watching me fiddle out. I love this little, I spent like 20-30 minutes in this alleyway. I'm gonna Bob Ross a couple of these actually. Window capture, is that a thing? Did I not try that already? I think that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm doing window capture. There's no application capture. And that's really what I want. Because I have to do display capture. And like when I do display capture and then put Lightroom there, it's showing and I'm cutting down because I have an ultra wide. And I'm cutting down, like if you guys see my setup. Oh, shit, is that camera not even working? Nope, no, it's not. I wonder why. All my shit's broken today, guys. All my shit is fucked up. I must have broken something on it. Anyways, here we go. I have an ultra wide and I reduced the image down to this frame size, right? So like, the whole entire screen plus running Lightroom plus streaming to 4 softwares plus doing 3 DSLR cameras or mirrorless cameras, it's like a lot, and it only buffers whenever I'm running through the edits a little bit too fast, because I edit kind of fast when I'm not live, and when I try to edit like how I edit normally, then the encoder catches up to it. But yeah, I can't see another thing. I'll have to look into it. I'll have to ask ChatGPT tomorrow. Anyways. Yeah, I'm going to Bob Ross a couple of these tomorrow. Because the Bob Ross actually, I don't totally hate this is almost like a fuchsia. Fuchsia? Would you guys call this fuchsia? I think I would. I would call it fuchsia. It does break down the colors a little bit though, not gonna lie. Yeah, it makes them look a little, on this one it makes them look a little bit too unrealistic. The pink alley is nice, dude. It turned out nice. Yeah, I also like the pink alleyway. This is from the other angle. And that's pretty it. That's pretty much it. My favorite so far out of these photos are definitely the pink alley, Mr. Jesus, and then this photo right here. This photo came out nice. Oh, and then the couple. This couple also came out nice. Yeah. All right, y'all. Have a blessed night. I'm going to see you tomorrow morning, bright and early. If you guys are hanging out over on YouTube, I appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Now is your opportunity. I'm really trying to get to 4,000 subs over there. For the people that are hanging out on TikTok, do me a solid. Head over to my YouTube channel and subscribe over there. If you're not into YouTube, that's totally cool too. Follow me on TikTok. I really appreciate it, guys. Have a fantastic night. Adios. Bum, ba-dum, bum.